What's up, Brooks? Welcome back to another episode of All the Castles, the show where we visit all the castles within the UK. Today we're here at Appleby Castle in, well, quite obviously, Appleby. It's a very lovely place actually. The drive up here was very nice. You're on this sort of remote Cumbria, I think, countryside. And, well, the castle itself looks very appealing, especially from the outside. However, it's not really like a historical castle.
Well, it is.
Aside from the museum, but it's mostly used as a hotel. I probably worded that really, really badly, but you get the point I'm making.
Hello. Well, yes, I'll chip in with the history just a bit further on, but just to clarify what Simon was saying, this castle is in private hands and a lot of it is a hotel and wedding venue. We've had obviously places like that before, but not quite one as large and important as Appleby Castle. But there is a keep and a museum to explore, and we're looking forward to it. Okay, and this is the view of the keep, which is off to your right as soon as you enter the inner bailey. And this is where the Roman Museum is. Ooh. Okay, now we've just been let into the keep because you have to go to the hotel reception and somebody will come out and unlock it. As you can see, Simon's trying on the military helmet, which we've been assured all of these are genuine. But they do look suspiciously good nick, like nobody's ever took a sword or a lance to them. No dents. And on this...
at least it's just been repaired.
Yeah. On the opposite wall, I wonder if these are old tomb lids that have been relocated here.
You should have touched them if they are.
Yeah.
Might get some sort of ancient curve.
Yeah. Just to note that this cross wall here that they're mounted on, this was put in by our old friend Lady Anne Clifford when she restored the castle. So this would not have been here in the medieval times. This has now divided this tower into two chambers.
Mind your head.
Yep. And you can see the exhibits make it clear that this area was once used as the county jail. This chap looks like he's been a long-term resident.
He's probably just having a very, very good stretch on that.
Some gory heads.
What a headache.
And telling you about the history of the jail, and that somebody in 1664, Captain Robert Atkinson and several fellow conspirators in the Caberrig plot, I'm not quite sure what plot was about, were hanged, drawn and quartered in the courtyard. Nice.
Please don't climb this dirt.
Yeah. And lot of warnings about the old steps here.
Yeah, you do have to mind yourself coming up here.
Yeah, there is a rope and a steadying hand on the staircase to the left. Oh, and some lights come on as you progress further. And this little room tells you all about Lady Anne Clifford and all her good works, restoring these important buildings in the north of England. We've got a little mock-up of her, which you've not to touch. Don't touch the displays either.
Oh, mind yourself, mind yourself.
Okay.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Oh, this is telling you all about the feudal system, and you've got the line of succession here.
If I remember rightly, William II was hated. Something.
Yes, he wasn't very popular.
Can't remember what he did. No, the rather terrifying looking plague doctor in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Are you going to tell us a bit about plague doctors then, Simon?
Well, I do have a GCSE in history.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you.
Therefore, I do know a lot about medicine. So basically, there was a plague in middle of sort of like the last millennia. The Black Death, I'm pretty sure that's what these were for. And people back then were really, really stupid and believed that like disease was caused by miasma purely or bad air, which has some merit because actually if you've got miasma, something's probably going to be carrying disease near you, but it's not actually the air itself normally.
So what did they use these for?
Basically, this mask, they'd have a sweet smelling herb, probably lavender or some sort of flower within the beak, and it will cover up the face so they don't sort of smell anything. And the reason why there's a chick in there is because they used to believe that, I think it's called transference, what you could do was you could transfer your own disease onto another object, which is true, but they believed that it would get rid of your illness, which wasn't true. And they'd normally do it to some poor chicken.
Okay. Right, yes. This gives you a map of all the places which still have Norman keeps you can look at. And we've been to a fair few of them. Well, probably a few anyway.
Been there.
Lancaster we've done, Skipton,
Did we do
Peveril, Brough, Appleby, Brewham, Carlisle, yeah. We're saying that. If you're a regular on this channel, you already know that, of course. Okay, well, with the aid of visual aids, I'll now give you a sort of brief history of the castle. They think it might be on the site of a Roman fort originally, or at least a Roman signal station, but it wasn't set up as a castle really until 1092, when William Rufus conquered this area from Scotland, and his vassal Ivo, I think you pronounce that, Tailbois, became the first Lord of Westmorland and built a Motte and Bailey earthwork here. And then in the early 12th century, Ranulph de Meshin probably built the first stone castle here. For a time during the reign of Stephen, it went to Scotland, but came back to England under Henry II, and he gave the castle to Hugh de Morville, who is notorious as one of the knights who murdered Thomas Becket. Then there was a capture again by the Scots, King William, but he wasn't able to hold on to it, and so Henry II gave it to Ranulph de Glanville, and it's he who built most of what we're standing in today. That's why it's still just about within the Norman period. And later on in the 13th century, it became in the possession of a man called Robert de Vipont, but he rebelled against Henry III in support of Simon de Montfort, and Edward I then gave the wardship of Vipont's daughter to one of the Cliffords, who promptly married her, and so the castle came into the possession of the Cliffords, and it was attacked by Scotland quite a lot, But the actual town of Appleby was burned, but the castle wasn't captured. And that happened quite a lot in the 13th and 14th centuries. And then by the 15th century, Scotland was relatively pacified, so Thomas Clifford was able to carry out some major building repairs in the castle. But by the 16th century, it was already been described as ruinous. So it's had a fairly checkered history. Notice there seems quite a strong emphasis on torture implements dotted around the place.
Well, you're going to explain some of them.
Well, that's sort of a bridle.
That's the next stretcher.
Okay.
Then there's a bloke having a particularly bad Tuesday there.
Yeah, and sort of, is that for torturing husband and wife together? Hard to know. Some manacles.
That's, I don't know. I don't want to know what that's for. Is this a chair where you'd light a fire under somebody to torture bum?
It looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, well, here is what I think they might be saying is the minstrels gallery, because there's some yeah, who would have thought Simon would get to the drum first? But yeah, not very comfortable looking bed. And here you can see the original roof line. These timbers would have been used to support, these supports would have been used to support the original roof, but it was later extended. Okay, as you can probably guess, we've slowly, tentatively made our way to the very top of the roof, where there's a sort of elevated iron balcony to give you a better view, but the view today is a bit restricted to the immediate environs of the town because it's rather misty. You can perhaps just make out the line of the Pennines above the trees there, but I'll do you a 360 anyway. There, of course, is the Georgian Hotel, although the round tower up there that you can see on the left, that has a bit of history. We'll have a look at that afterwards. And you can see some of the original arrow slits in the parapet are still there.
I'm going to be totally honest. Today has been probably the most scared I've ever been filming a castle.
Do you think this is more scary than Eulo? I found that one a bit scary when we got
Is that
to
the one
the
in
top.
Wales?
Yeah.
It's not really for the height. It's more for just the actual stairs themselves.
Okay.
I mean, I've climbed similar, but there's just so many of them.
Yes, it's, you know, just one of those where you start wondering where top is. Yeah, now it's supposed to be an up staircase and a down staircase. That's the up staircase from this tower, and that's the down one. But when we got to the top of the up one, we found it was locked.
So we came up by the down one. I'm actually...
And interestingly, well, funnily enough, Simon, if you notice, there's a door there on that one. So it looks as if there might be 4 staircases in total. Now that strikes me as...
Oh, on that one?
Yeah, that strikes me as very unusual that you know, a keep would have 4 different staircases, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
This is looking back at the round tower from the outer bailey. I just forgot to mention that there once were 4 of these, but this is the only one left standing. And you get a nice sweep over there, over towards the gatehouse and the keep where we've just been.
Right, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a nice comment, don't leave a nasty one, and subscribe, and even share it with your mates so that they'll enjoy it too. I haven't really got anything else to say now.
Okay.
Guess keep yourself healthy, happy, and if you're a long time viewer, love you very much. And if you